Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. After 2 weeks of waiting, we are back because I think they're just trying to drag it, to be honest, because why we have to wait 2 weeks for the last 2 episodes, you know what I mean? But I've already taken off my Starz membership because 50 Cent said it's not gonna be on for another 6 months. So yeah, in 6 months I will go ahead and I will reactivate my membership. Until then, I'm good. I will catch up on my other shows and I don't need to be paying $6.99 or $9.99 or $8. I think it's $8.99 plus tax a month. I'm always looking to save $1, y'all. Anyway, so if you're not yet part of the family, definitely make sure you hit subscribe and turn on your post notifications. Like this video if you like this show or if you like my video. All right. I see that not as many people have been watching this, but you know what? I was like, we're going to ride this out to the end. All right. We're going to do this. I started this, so I'm going to be a G and I'm going to take it to the home stretch. But I don't know if I'm going to review Power for next season. I'm gonna just be completely honest. I'm gonna still do the regular ones that we've been doing, 2 and all of them other ones, but this one, it might just be a me thing. Like, I'll probably just watch it on my own, but we'll see. They could change. Now, Saxon Heights, I saw your message from last week. You said now did Tommy give his brother Kate's number? No, I don't believe he did give her the number. I think he found it somehow. I don't remember how he got it. But yeah, he definitely, as we see here, because Tommy was pissed off to the max, he definitely didn't give it to him. And definitely didn't want him calling him. So that put a little bit of a rift in their relationship. But they both lied to each other in this episode. So one can't be mad at the other. And yes, Quentin, R.I.P. to Gloria. Honestly, I really didn't think she was going to be dead. Like, I was kind of really hoping that she would be alive because I felt like she was going to be a pretty good, she was going to be pretty cool. But I was like, dang, she really dead? Like, another connection of Tommy's just gone. I know he's tight. Like, damn, I was just starting to like this one a little bit. Like, I actually seen something. It's a good thing that the situation happened the way it happened, where he was already kind of, letting her go or whatever and just letting Vic be with her. Otherwise, I feel like it would have hurt him and scorned him a lot more, So, yeah, Gloria is dead, like we said. And now the father is trying to say that he isn't happy that she's gone, of course, because he doesn't want to see his child in turmoil. But I'm like, at the end of the day, you didn't want him to be with her. You knew that homie was about to run away with her. So, come on. Like, you're deep down inside, you are happy. And he's displayed that several times throughout the episode, that he's happy because his family is back together now, stronger than ever. And they're about to wage a war against Tommy and the Serbs. So, yeah, it's about to be a real ugly game. So Walter ends up planting in his head that Tommy's the one who orchestrated this whole plan. And of course, if this is the guy who you thought was trying to help you, but actually betrayed you and made your woman get killed off, it's kind of like, oh, so you couldn't have her, so you didn't want me to be with her because you knew we was going to be in the car together because you gave me the plan. So this is what you do? I copy. I got you, So yeah, that whole situation is just crap right now, and yeah, it's no good. So then when he speaks to Claudia, he tells her that he thinks that Tommy would have set up everything, but initially he said that he didn't think that Tommy had set up everything, but then because of what Walter was saying to him, he started to really understand it, or he started to really feel like, yeah, maybe his father could be right. She didn't really want to believe it either initially. She was really against it because obviously she's working with Tommy. But then little by little, she started to see what they were seeing because the father was really good at telling the story that he was telling. So Tommy, he ends up talking to his nephew and tells him you got to change your life because I feel like you're wasting it right now, and you don't need to end up with a bullet. Like, you could just do so many better things with your life. So because now he knows, obviously, that that's his nephew, he wants a better path for him. He wants him to do better, because he ain't never really had any family before. So it's like, now he's having real, like, blood family. He's starting to feel something for these people. Like, he was the type that would do anything for the people that he called family that wasn't even his blood. Never mind these people that really are his family, you know? So Tommy's brother, like I said, he ended up calling Kate, and he told his father about it. He told his father that he talked to Kate. Well, he called her. He told her that Miriam is dead. And he also said who he was. And he kind of left it at that. He didn't really go into anything. But deep down inside, he wanted her to kind of be like, I'm sorry for what I did. And that she cared about him. But that was something that didn't happen. You know, when situations like this arise, especially if you lose your mother, but your mother's actually alive, you would hope that one day they could actually be that mother, that nurture that you always long for. But Tommy tried to warn him and let him know, but he wasn't listening, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. Diamond's brother Gerard, I should say, was talking to one of his dudes from CBI, just trying to let him know, like, you know, like, we about to take over, you gonna help me. And the crazy thing about it is that Diamond was there listening, eavesdropping, because he heard him talking. And then now he knows what his brother really thinks about him, you know what I mean? Like, he knows that he told the dude that his brother's dead to him and he's about to take the throne, and all the stuff about how he's manipulating the situation and letting Diamond think that it is something that it really isn't, because he's about to take over and take everything down. And honestly, and when they went upstairs, they didn't even know he was there, so they looked like they was shocked. But he was good at pretending, like, oh, I didn't even know you guys was here, you know, kind of lying to them as well, and just pretending everything was all good. Like, I love you, man. But the crazy thing is, like, the love be so fake, but the hate be so real. Like, and sometimes it be your own family members that be the ones who want to see your demise, especially if you got something that they want. So that's kind of what he's learning, that his brother isn't who he thought he was. And it's messed up, because it seemed like he was trying to do all these things to set him up and put him in the right path. But it's like, once you're crossing his path and taking him from where he was used to being, like, that's the problem. That's where the problem lies. Like, you could be a barber, you can do okay for yourself, but this is my stuff now. Like, you can't just come and try to be like checking stuff and taking over. Like, that's not how it works. I've worked hard for 15 years while you was gone, but it's like, instead of saying these things and talking to his brother about it, having like a real man-to-man, his whole thing is, you know what, I'm just going to dethrone you, and you're going to have to deal with it, you know? It's messed up. So Claudia, she's been ignoring Tommy ever since the whole situation happened with her brother, like the whole takedown, shake-up situation. Because now she's really starting to think that he got set up, like I was saying. So when she finally does talk to Tommy, she lets him know that Gloria, became a tragedy, you know, and I mean, like, she got killed. And she tells him that he better watch his back, because it's looking like all things is pointing to him. And he said, well, you need to watch your sources, because your father was the one who wanted to get her out of the picture, you know? I'm the one who gave him a car so that he'd be able to get out of town. Like, I was actually trying to help the dude, you know? And it's crazy how, like, you know, that's what they say, like, blood runs thicker than water. Like, a lot of times, regardless of what's going down, regardless of how you feel about your family, a lot of people in a lot of situations will stick with their family over somebody who they don't really know like that. It happens. It's not always like that, but it does happen like that at times. So the cop that works with Walter's family, the black dude, he comes pressing Diamond for cash. And Diamond, I feel like, kind of opened his eyes a little bit, because right now his back is against the wall. That other cop is trying to blackmail him, because he knows about his situation. So Diamond kind of ends up making him realize, like, even though we came from different sides of the track, we both have met at a crossroads right now. We both here. We're both doing what we got to do for our family. Like, you're doing what you got to do. He's like, yeah, but you're the one who put me here in this situation. Because I guess, like he said in a previous episode, Diamond was the one, I guess, who gave his sister the bad drugs that ended her or landed her being a vegetable. So now he's trying to keep her alive. But I don't know, like, at the end of the day, you're just as bad as the criminals that you're sworn to protect, or the people, yeah, the criminals that you're sworn to protect and serve against, you know? So it's like, how are you any better than him just because you went to school, you know? And because you got sworn in to do the right thing? Like, you're not doing the right thing. You definitely are doing all the wrong things, you know? You just got a badge. That's the only difference. So what makes you better than him? Nothing. And that's what Diamond was trying to tell him, but of course he didn't want to hear that. And at the end of the day, even though he wanted $100,000 from Diamond, you're pretty much robbing a drug dealer. So even though you wanted this money from him, he actually gave you more than what you asked for. He gave him $150,000, just like off of good measures, you know what I'm saying? Which he didn't even have to do because he's being robbed. So, and it's like, I feel like they're going to have to off that cop at some point, because at the end of the day, he's just going to keep on, now that he knows the secret, he's just going to keep on asking for more and more and more constantly. So this is going, what, you going to rob Diamond every single month, every single week? Nah, it's not going to work. Like, either you going, and I was thinking, like, why don't he just say, like, oh yeah, like, you're trying to blackmail me, I'll tell them that as well. Like, so we both go down. But at the end of the day, that cop is white, so I don't know how that's gonna go. You know what I mean? It might not go too well. I'm pretty sure they'll probably believe him over the black cop who's always in the hood or whatever, you know? So yeah, I feel like they just need to, like, at some moment, like, he needs to work with CBI or somebody and let it be like some hood shooting that went wrong or whatever, and take this guy out, because he's always gonna have to, this, like, now that this guy knows that he has control over him, it's not gonna stop. And that's just how people are. Well, bad people. So Tommy, what else happened? He tried to get Diamond to be a part of this war that he's having right now with Walter and his people, because, you know, he has to avenge Gloria's death. And he feels like Walter did it. But Diamond was just like, nah. Like, he set his boundaries. He's like, I'm not trying to go to jail for anybody. Like, you know, the last time we all hooked up, like, it didn't really go too well. We're lucky we got out of there, and I'm not doing it again. I'm not risking my freedom for you or anybody else. So that was the end of that. You know, I feel like they really left on a respectful note, which I liked about that situation. And then he ends up going to the Serbs. I believe it was the Serbs, Meklovic, and he tells them, like, you know, like, I want to get Walter taken down. And he asks him, like, you know, who took the shot out for the dude or whatever, like, who was the person that shot Gloria, and he pointed to who it was, and he killed him off. You know what I mean? At first, I actually just caught that moment right now while I'm talking to you guys, because I was wondering why he just, like, off the dude, just off the rip, and he said something about, like, his mother. So I'm like, what? Like, what's this about? But then now, 1 + 1 is making 2. Now, while I'm talking to you guys, I just realized what happened. So, alright. So yeah, he got, what would I say? So yeah, he pretty much gave them $1 million to take the Walter empire down, you know? So I don't know what that's gonna do about Claudia and his little business relationship that they got going on. So this should be definitely interesting, because obviously she brought the product to him, and she kind of brought the initial doctor to him, but his brothers are also part of it, and Julia's a part of, Liliana's a part of it as well. So they both have like two people. Well, no, they both have like people invested in this. So I mean, maybe they'll be able to separate, and she does her thing and he does his thing. I don't know, but she's probably gonna bring the product to her family, but we'll see how that goes. So Tommy's nephew, he got himself into some mess already. He's trying to cut himself off at CBI. Him and his homeboy, they boys again, which I don't even trust that little dude, because he pulled a gun out on him. He pulled out a gun on me, like, you dead to me for life. Like, we not hugging it out. Like, out of here. I mean, maybe that's why I'm not built for that type of lifestyle, because I could never. But so Tommy's nephew ends up going to the dude with the messed up eye, talking about he could get Talia for him. So now he has to bring them like 4 bricks. He doesn't know if he was followed. He like was so amateur about it. You know, that was the crazy part. And Tommy wasn't really feeling that, because he's like, why? I just gave you a speech about doing the right thing, and you know how you have so much more potential than this. You know, like, you're a smart guy. He really is a smart guy with all these numbers and stuff. He's able to just calculate off the top of his head. Like, he has so much talent that he could use for something else. So, you know, that's what Tommy's trying to tell him. And Tommy ends up telling him, like, you know, I know that that's your dad, and I'm your uncle, like, your family. So initially, it kind of threw him for a loop. But, you know, once he heard that, like, he knew, like, all right, this is my uncle, like, we good, you know what I mean? Like, now it's like, I feel like he was kind of, now they got to the point where Tommy was like, you know what, you got to tell him, because he doesn't know it's you. So he's like, well, you the grown up, like, so you need to be the one to do this. It's like, you know what, we'll do this together. So that's exactly what they was going to do. Of course, tragedy has to strike, and there goes a shooting, because the CBI boys and them, Jared, I can't remember what to say, Jared and them, you know, he was ready to out him, because I think he found out what he had did, him and the other dude. So yeah, they tried to like off him real quick, and they ended up shooting. Tommy was able to get one of the guys, but the other dude was able to get his nephew. So he had to hurry up, take him to the freaking hospital and stuff like that, wait outside, because you know you don't want to be involved when it's a shooting. You want to ask you mad questions and stuff, but yet he still wants to be there because that's his nephew. But and plus he was also waiting for his brother to come. So he tells his brother, like, you know, remember that dude that shot up the shop and stuff like that? He was like, well, you know, if you live by the sword, you die by the sword. He was like, you know, he got shot. He's like, well, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. But then he's like, well, he's like, there's a reason why he did it or whatever. Like, you know, and he tells him that he's his son. And he says, he shows him the picture of them together. And he's like, how long did you know about this? He's like, he knew for a little while, but he was waiting for the right time. He's like, why would you wait till he's about to die to tell me this? So now they have a double issue. It's like, he was initially mad at him because he didn't tell him about Kate, but he didn't tell him about this. So it's like, they're going to definitely have to come to a little bit of a sit down and have a talk, because yeah, this is, they definitely have some miscommunication going on here, you know, where they're like keeping stuff from each other and it's messing up their family dynamic. Hopefully his boy pulls through, because that would be messed up for it to end that way. I'm going to be tight. Like, they better not have let this little boy die. For real though. So now the Scottish folks, they working with Walton. So this should be pretty interesting. It's about to be all on war, because they done got the hitman from the Scottish crew. So Claudia's she's really in this now, because she's like, because she's seen Tommy talking to the Serbs. So she's like, yeah, like, I'm pretty sure my dad is right. And he's like, he's all excited because he got his family dynamic back. Like, they're like, you know, I'm with you, Dad. Like, no questions asked. Whatever you want from me, I got you. Like, I'll never question you again. So now he has that full-on loyalty. He has that respect. He knows his son's going to take over the empire. So he's good. He's feeling empowered right now. So, yeah, this should be really interesting, y'all. But that's the episode. Let me know what y'all thought about it down below. I thought it was a pretty good episode, actually. Like, I enjoyed it a lot. I'm hoping that this dude do not die, because I feel like that's gonna be messed up that they finally got that together. We're gonna see what happens with Diamond and Jared, but I feel like now Diamond's gonna be on his P's and Q's. Like, now he's on point, and now he's gonna always look at his brother differently now that he knows the truth about him. You know, like, he ain't even gonna F with him like that. He's gonna pretend, but he's gonna be really watching his back. But yeah, y'all, I'll see y'all in the next one. Laters.